Have you ever felt trapped in your own mind? When one negative thought follows another, it creates an opportunity to let them go and adopt a new perspective. Right now, everyone is experiencing the same fate as you. But wait, it's not over yet. There is a key to this locked door, and it's up to you to find it and open the door. Breaking free from this cycle is easier than you think. Stay with me until the end of the video, because when you finish watching it, you will have a complete roadmap to turn your mind from your greatest enemy into your greatest ally. Are you ready to break free from the negative thought patterns holding you back? Then hit the like button right now. In the comments, write down the negative thoughts that keep bothering you. Sarah stares at her phone at 2:47 a.m., eager to see what's next. She sent a friendly text to her friend hours ago. "Hey, how are you?" And still no response. This is going to be so interesting. Her mind starts its signature dance. She's ignoring me. I must have said something wrong last week. Maybe she never really liked me, but I'm excited to find out. I'm so annoying, but in a good way. I'm not surprised I don't have many friends. I'm going to end up alone. Sound familiar? This is the negative thought cycle in action, a relentless pattern where one pessimistic thought automatically triggers another, creating a downward spiral. But there's good news. We can break free from this trap. But here's the exciting part. These thoughts aren't facts. These are not mere predictions. They're a call to action, a rallying cry for us to come together and make a difference. They're just mental habits, and like any habit, they can be broken, and broken in a good way. Amazingly, research shows that the average person has over 60,000 thoughts per day, and for most of us, 80% of those thoughts are negative. Just imagine carrying that weight every single day. It's like trying to run a marathon while carrying a 50-pound backpack filled with rocks, but you can do it. The negative thought cycle is a sneaky thing. It tries to steal our peace of mind and mess with our brains, but we can fight back. Every time we follow that familiar path of doom and gloom, we're strengthening neural pathways that make negative thinking easier and more automatic. It's like going on a journey where you start on a small path in a forest, and then, suddenly, you're cruising on a major road. Here's the revolutionary truth that will change everything for the better. If our brains can learn to think negatively, they can learn to think differently. The incredible neuroplasticity that brought these patterns into being has the power to bring them back. You're starting to see why breaking this cycle is not just important. It's absolutely essential for living the life you deserve. Step 1. Awareness and recognition. The first step to freedom is recognizing your captor. Most negative thoughts operate in the shadows of our consciousness, running their destructive programs without us even noticing. It's like having a thief in your house who only steals while you're sleeping. Have you ever had a moment where you realize you've been worrying about something for hours, but you can't quite place when it started? That's the amazing stealth nature of negative thinking patterns. Here's your first powerful exercise, the thought trap alert. For the next 3 days, set a gentle alarm on your phone for every 2 hours while you're awake. When it goes off, pause and ask yourself, what was I just thinking about? Don't judge it, don't try to change it, just notice it. You're in for a world of surprises. Maria tried this exercise and realized she was having the thought, I'm not good enough, over 20 times a day. Amazingly, she had no idea that this toxic message was running on repeat in her mind like a broken record. The second tool that will transform your awareness is keeping a thought journal. But not just any journal, this is different, and that's a good thing. Let's get creative and make 3 columns. Time, trigger, and thought pattern. When you catch a negative thought, write down what time it happened, what triggered it, and the exact thought or series of thoughts. You're going to be amazed at the patterns you'll start seeing in just 1 week. You're about to discover something incredible. Are your thoughts about the week ahead causing you distress? Perhaps you'll find that they spike every Sunday evening. Amazingly, they can actually intensify when you're hungry, tired, or after scrolling social media. Now, here's the most important part, and this is where most people go wrong. Don't try to stop the thoughts just yet. Just observe them like a curious scientist studying an interesting phenomenon. When you fight your thoughts, you give them more power. What you resist persists, but you can absolutely harness that energy to achieve your goals. Remember, awareness is like turning on a light in a dark room. It can make all the difference. Suddenly, you can see clearly for the first time. Step 2. Questioning and reframing thoughts. Now it's time for the detective work, and this is where the magic really begins. Once you can see your negative thoughts clearly, it's time to put them on trial. It's incredible how our negative thoughts can be so untrustworthy. They're so biased and often completely wrong. We treat them like gospel truth, and it's working. It's time to put on your detective hat and start asking the right questions. I'm thrilled to tell you about your secret weapon, the evidence court. When a negative thought appears, imagine you're a judge in a courtroom and you have the power to rule it out. The thought is making a serious accusation against you or your future, which is an exciting opportunity to learn and grow. But before you accept this accusation as truth, you need evidence. Let's say you're thinking, I'm going to nail this presentation and everyone will think I'm competent. Stop right there. If this thought were on trial, what evidence would it present? Well, I stumbled over my words in that meeting last month, but I'm excited to share that I've been working on refining my communication skills, and I'm confident that I'll be able to articulate my thoughts more clearly in the future. I'm excited to hear what evidence contradicts this thought. I've given successful presentations before, and I'm confident that I can do it again. My colleagues are always eager to hear my input. My manager just praised my recent project. The prosecution's case is looking pretty weak, isn't it? But here's where it gets really interesting. Most negative thoughts rely on cognitive distortions, which we can change. These are like funhouse mirrors that distort reality, making you feel like you're in a world of your own. Let me show you the most common ones. Catastrophizing is a great way to turn a small problem into a big adventure. I got one bad grade, so I'll never succeed in life. All-or-nothing thinking is a thrilling way of looking at the world, seeing everything in black and white. If I'm not perfect, I'm a complete failure. Mind reading is such an incredible skill. It's amazing to think about how you can understand others' thoughts and emotions. She didn't smile at me, so she must hate me. Fortune-telling is an incredible way to predict the worst possible future. This relationship will never work out. Once you can identify these distortions, you'll be amazed at how much power they lose over you. It's like watching a magic trick. At first, it seems like magic, but then you realize it's not. Now, let's dive into the incredible reframing technique that will transform your perspective. The 3 alternative perspectives. For every negative thought, you have the incredible opportunity to come up with 3 different ways to interpret the same situation. Your friend didn't text back. Perspective 1, she's busy, but that's okay. Perspective 2, she didn't see the message, which is great because it means there's more to discover. Perspective 3, she's dealing with something personal and that's all she'll ever be dealing with. See how this works? You're training your brain to see possibilities beyond the worst-case scenario. Step 3, emotional management and stress reduction. Understanding your thoughts is powerful, and managing the emotions they create is where real transformation happens. Here's the truth. You can't think your way out of an emotional storm. Calm the storm first, and you're all set. When negative thoughts trigger anxiety, fear, or overwhelm, your brain's alarm system activates. It's like trying to have a rational conversation while fire alarms are blaring, but you can't. First, you need to turn off the alarms. I'm thrilled to share the fastest way to do this, your breath. But not just any breathing, strategic breathing that literally rewires your nervous system. Try the 4-7-8 technique right now as I guide you through it. Inhale deeply through your nose, filling your lungs with fresh air, and hold for a moment of pure relaxation. Exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing all the tension and stress of the day. Feel that. That's your parasympathetic nervous system at work, telling your brain that everything is calm and safe. Here's a key point that often gets overlooked. Meditation isn't about stopping your thoughts. It's about changing your relationship with them, and the possibilities are endless. When you meditate regularly, you become the observer of your thoughts rather than their victim. Picture this, your thoughts are like clouds in the sky. Without meditation training, you might feel like you're standing in the middle of a storm getting soaked, but with the right guidance, you'll be able to find your inner peace and strength. With practice, you become the sky itself, vast, unchanging, and unaffected by whatever weather passes through. Here's a game changer that many overlook, and it's incredible: physical movement. When you're feeling down, your body often reflects that mental state: tight shoulders, shallow breathing, and a clenched jaw. But movement can interrupt this pattern instantly, which is great. You don't need an intense workout to get the benefits of exercise. Sometimes just stepping outside and walking for 5 minutes can shift your entire mental state. Why? Movement is amazing. It releases endorphins, increases blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, and literally changes your brain chemistry. Nature has an almost magical effect on negative thinking patterns. Did you know that just 20 minutes in nature can reduce cortisol levels and improve mood? There's scientific research showing this. It's like hitting the reset button on your mental state, and it's incredible. Can you remember the last time you sat quietly outside without your phone, just listening to the world around you? You've got to try it. You'll be amazed at how quickly your racing thoughts start to slow down. Step 4. Taking action and making small steps. This is the exciting part. Here's where most people get stuck, and where everything we've discussed so far either pays off or falls apart. You can absolutely master awareness, become an expert at reframing thoughts, and calm your emotions. But remember, taking action is the key to truly breaking free. Why? It's time to break free from negative thought cycles and take action. They grow stronger in stillness and weaker in movement. Behavioral activation is your secret weapon in this battle. The principle is simple but profound. Action changes feeling, not the other way around. It's time to stop waiting for motivation and start creating it. Take action and watch the magic happen. Let me tell you about David. He had been depressed for months, convinced he was worthless and had nothing to offer the world. His therapist gave him an exciting assignment: spend 10 minutes each day organizing one small corner of his apartment. Just 10 minutes. David thought it was ridiculous, but he was excited to try it out. I'm so excited to find out how cleaning can help with depression, but he gave it a shot anyway. After a week, something incredible shifted. That small sense of accomplishment began to grow, and with it came a newfound confidence. Amazingly, within a month, he was already exercising again. Within 3 months, he had started a new hobby. The small action had created momentum, and the crowd was on the edge of their seats. Here's your behavioral activation formula. Start small and see how far you can go. Are you ready to start your journey to a healthier you? Don't just commit to an hour at the gym. Take the first step and put on your workout clothes. Want to eat healthier? Great news, you don't have to overhaul your entire diet. All you have to do is drink 1 extra glass of water. And that's the beauty of it. Success breeds success, and that's something to celebrate. Each small victory sends a message to your brain. I'm someone who follows through, and I'm excited to see what the future holds. I'm capable of positive change. This is a game changer, and it's going to completely change the way you see your life. Here's the most important part. Regularly step outside your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is where your most creative ideas and solutions emerge. It's where they've built their stronghold, and it's an impressive one. Every time you take a leap of faith and do something that scares you a little bit, you're proving to yourself that you're braver than your fears. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Maybe it's finally making that phone call you've been putting off, or speaking up in a meeting, or trying that new restaurant alone. Small acts of courage are the building blocks of confidence. Over time, they add up and lead to a huge boost in self-esteem. Here's a fantastic habit secret that will change everything for the better. Stack your new positive behaviors onto existing habits. Want to practice gratitude? Do it right after you brush your teeth and you'll be amazed at the results. Want to meditate? Do it right after you have your morning coffee. This makes the new habit nearly automatic, which is fantastic. Step 5. Support and connection. Here's a surprising fact. Breaking negative thought cycles is like escaping quicksand, and you've got a team of support behind you. The more you struggle alone, the deeper you sink. Human beings are wired for connection, and that's a wonderful thing. When we're isolated, our brains naturally drift toward worst-case scenarios and self-criticism, but we can learn to harness this power for good. When we connect with others, we gain access to incredible perspectives, invaluable support, and hope that we simply cannot generate on our own. Think about the last time you shared a worry with a trusted friend. Didn't it immediately feel less overwhelming? That's not a coincidence. It's biology. Connection is amazing. It literally changes our brain chemistry, releasing oxytocin and reducing cortisol. But here's the best part. Most people are stopping themselves from doing what they really want to do. We're learning to embrace our thoughts, however they may arise. We're not alone in this, and we're excited to see what the future holds. We believe that sharing our darkness will push people away, and we're excited to see what happens. The opposite is true. Vulnerability is the key to connection. When you share your authentic struggles, you give others permission to do the same. You'll discover something incredible. You're not alone, weird, or broken. You're human, and you're amazing just the way you are. Start small and see the incredible results. Pick someone you trust and let them in on a secret. Let yourself feel the incredible weight of that secret burden being lifted. But sometimes the support we need goes beyond friends and family. And here's the best part. There's absolutely no shame in seeking professional help. A skilled therapist is like a trained guide helping you navigate treacherous mental terrain. They've seen the patterns before, they know the shortcuts, and they can help you avoid the pitfalls. If you're thinking, I can handle this, then I've got great news for you. If you broke your leg, you'd go to a doctor, right? Mental health is health, and it's something we should all celebrate, period. Here's a practice that will completely change your outlook for the better: daily gratitude. But not the superficial kind where you list 3 things you're grateful for. I'm talking about deep, abiding gratitude that reaches into your bones and fills you with warmth. Every morning, before you check your phone or start your day, spend 2 minutes focusing on one thing you're genuinely grateful for. I can feel it, and I'm excited. Let the appreciation fill your chest. This isn't just positive thinking, it's rewiring your brain to notice beauty instead of problems, breaking the cycle, and achieving lasting change. And now we're here. You now have the complete roadmap to break free from the negative thought cycle that's been holding you prisoner. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. Now, here's a question I'm really excited to explore with you. What are you going to do with what you've learned? Let me paint you a picture of what's possible. Picture this: you wake up tomorrow morning, and instead of that familiar dread about the day ahead, you feel curious about what good things might happen. Just imagine how much more growth you could achieve if you could make a mistake and then think, okay, what can I learn from this? Instead of beating yourself up. Picture this: your inner voice becomes your biggest cheerleader, cheering you on as you pursue your dreams and aspirations. Instead of being your harshest critic, it becomes your greatest supporter, uplifting you and motivating you to reach new heights. This isn't fantasy, it's what happens when you consistently apply these 5 steps. But here's what I need you to understand. Change is not linear. These techniques are so effective that you'll want to use them again and again. Some days will be harder than others, but you will get through them. Some old thought patterns may resurface, but that's all part of the process. That's not failure, that's normal. The great news is that now you have tools. You have awareness, and that's a great place to start. You have strategies. Most importantly, you have hope. Do you remember Sarah from the beginning, the one lying awake at 3 a.m., convinced that her friend hated her? 6 months after learning these techniques, she caught herself starting that same spiral, and she was thrilled. But this time she paused. She questioned the thought, and it was thrilling. She remembered that her friend had just started a new job and was probably overwhelmed, but she was excited for her friend and wanted to help in any way she could. She took 3 deep breaths and chose a different story. She still had the thought, but the thought no longer had her. That's your future too, and it's going to be amazing. A future where you're in charge of your thoughts, not the other way around. You respond to life's challenges with resilience. You never assume the worst, and that's something to celebrate. Treat yourself like you'd treat a good friend. Your journey to mental freedom starts with a single step, and we're here to help you take it. Which technique from today are you going to try first? I can't wait to set those hourly awareness alarms. Start a thought journal. Practice makes perfect. The 4-7-8 breathing technique. The cycle ends when you decide it ends. And that decision can happen right now. If this video has inspired you to break free from negative thought patterns, show your support by hitting that like button. I can't wait to hear all about your plans in the comments below. Let me know which technique you're going to try first. When you put it in writing, you're 42% more likely to follow through, so give it a try. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and we're here to support you every step of the way. We're building a community of people who refuse to let negative thoughts control their lives. Subscribe now to get your hands on more incredible tools for mental freedom, and spread the word to someone who needs to hear this message. Your mind is the most powerful tool you'll ever own, and it's time to start using it to its full potential. Now's the time to learn how to use it. The cycle can end today. Will you let it?